Delaware's transit service, moving forward.
New tonight, Wilmington City Council will consider its employee residency requirement again. Plus, groups call for filters to be installed in schools. And the state's biggest garage sale is coming up. Those stories and much, much more are coming up next. You're watching DETV News. Hello and welcome to DETV News. I'm Lauren Wilson. Thanks for being with us. Topping the news, Wilmington City Council will vote Monday night to consider a new residency ordinance. It maintains a 5-year employee residency requirement while creating a group to study the best course of action for future hires. It also gives new employees 1 year to move into the city and establishes a 5-year maximum residency requirement for employees. The city has grappled with this issue for years. The law was set for removal during a recent city council meeting, but was tabled after dozens of residents came out in opposition to dropping the law. City administrators say the residency requirement makes it tough to hire new employees and prevents the city from filling critical jobs. The group is charged with coming up with a proposal designed to identify ways for residents to apply for open positions, create incentives to move into the city of Wilmington, and to find ways to ease financial burdens for renting or buying in the city. A final report from the group would be due July 1st of 2025. An Ellesmere man will serve 15 years in prison for forcing his own son to hard labor 7 days a week. It's Delaware's first conviction under a forced labor law passed nearly a decade ago. 34-year-old Martin Ortiz Lozano pled guilty to 2 counts of child abuse in the first degree and 1 count of human trafficking of a minor. Reports indicate Lozano brought his 11-year-old child to Delaware from Mexico and forced him to work every day in 2021. The child didn't attend school and was assaulted on a daily basis. The victim underwent a long and complex surgery to repair facial fractures, a collapsed nasal passage, displaced teeth, and other injuries. Attorney General Kathleen Jennings called the abuse inflicted by the person the child should have been able to trust the most as unthinkable. In other news, from the AG's office, a developer of a 55-year-plus community in Kent County has agreed to pay $225,000 to settle a lawsuit. That lawsuit claims the developer misled residents. Attorney General Kathleen Jennings announced the settlement after fighting with Regal Builders LLC since 2019. The lawsuit calls out the developer for misleading and deceptive statements in advertisements. It also says the company failed to provide the disclosures required for potential buyers in the Villages of Noble Ponds community. Among other things, the lawsuit says the developers gave the buyers the false impression the community's clubhouse was an amenity. Instead, it's privately owned and residents can't participate in its management. Regal Builders denies all claims in the lawsuit, but agreed to fork over the funds, which will be distributed to the residents and used to pay administrative cost of the settlement. A threatening social media image reported by Cape Henlopen and Sussex Central High Schools turned out to be a hoax. That, according to Delaware State Police. The Sussex County Schools contacted police Wednesday afternoon after an image of a gun and the threat to schools was circulating on social media. The police investigation revealed the image has been circulating nationally for several years and there was no credible threat. Even though it was all a bad hoax, police say you should always call 911 to report suspicious activity. And if members of the ACLU and Lead-Free Delaware get their way, the state will be installing new filters in schools by January 1st. The two groups say the state isn't doing enough to resolve the lead-tainted water found in schools across the state. A contractor hired by the state found 19 school districts and 2 charter schools had lead levels above the threshold deemed safe for drinking by the Environmental Protection Agency. The Delaware Department of Education already pledged to install filters in the schools at a $3.8 million price tag, but can't promise those filters will be installed by the first of the year. The opposing groups say the state's efforts aren't enough and wants DOE to do more to expand its filter program. In other school-related news, a teacher at Odyssey Charter is the only American finalist for a major award. Melissa Tracy could win $1 million from the Varkey Foundation Global Teacher Prize. The international program has more than 7,000 nominations and applications from around the world. Tracy is now a finalist in the top 10. She stood out because of her one-of-a-kind studies program for food. Her class has a hydroponic lab where students produce organic fruits and vegetables. That's not all. The class donates more than 6,000 greens a month. If she wins, Tracy says she wants to equip every school in the state of Delaware with similar growing systems. She says that's the way to prepare students for the future. Sticking with school news, the Community Education Building honored 5 educators at its Excellence in Education event this week. It was hosted by Ben and Thayer DuPont. The purpose of the event was to recognize great strides in education and to discuss the need to address education inequity. Honorees included Sarah Baker, head of Tower Hill, Aaron Bass, Chief Executive Officer of the Eastside Charter School, and Linda Jennings, Chief Executive Officer at the Community Education Building. Habitat for Humanity may be known for building affordable housing, but the organization also did something special for Brandywine Street just off of 12th Street in Wilmington. The organization brought life to a piece of property too small for a home. The land had become a dumping ground and an eyesore in the area. Thanks to Habitat volunteers, a ribbon-cutting ceremony was held on the space, which now has benches, tables, along with a community barbecue pit and newly planted trees for residents to enjoy. The funding came from the Department of Natural Resources and Environmental Control. Those living in the area are thankful for the help from DENREC and Habitat for Humanity. And while there have long been services to support men who are released from prison, that hasn't been the case for women. That changed recently with the opening of a women's re-entry program at St. Francis Hospital. The program is the latest from the Hope Commission, a Wilmington nonprofit that offered re-entry services for men since 2014. The women's program is located at the hospital in Wilmington and joins forces with the Healthy Village program there. Services offered will include cognitive behavior interventions, case management, workforce readiness, and trauma-informed re-entry services. The goal is to keep female offenders from returning to prison and to foster healthier lifestyles outside of prison. The program's coordinator says the center is a safe place where women can unload and seek help without judgment. Anyone needing services can call the number on your screen. And plenty of residents will be thankful for some life-saving devices donated by Delmarva Power. For the 23rd year, the utility company donated smoke and carbon monoxide detectors for the State Fire Marshal's Office and the Wilmington Fire Department. The Fire Marshal's Office got 1,000 smoke detectors to give to the public. 250 carbon monoxide detectors went to the city for distribution. Employees from Lowe's unloaded pallets for both agencies to receive. Anyone in the city who needs one of the detectors should contact the Wilmington Fire Department. The others in the state should contact the State Fire Marshal's Office or their local volunteer fire company. Bargain hunters, get ready. The whale of a sale is back just in time for the holidays. It's billed as the largest garage sale in Delaware. The sale will take place Saturday, November 4th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Concord Mall. This is the 38th year, except for years during the pandemic. The sale benefits the Junior League of Delaware. Admission is free. The sale is known for its high-quality goods, including holiday decor, evening wear, clothing, babies and children items, and much, much more. In the past, shoppers have been known to camp out on the sidewalk to be the first customers inside. This year will feature an expanded boutique area with designer clothes and wedding gowns. There is also a small furniture section with gently used coffee and end tables, along with office chairs. And finally tonight, fans of Starbucks are in for a treat. Along with getting their daily coffee fix, Starbucks has released a new line of holiday cups and even some ornaments. Prices range from $5 to $28. You can also purchase a Christmas and holiday blend of coffee in a 1-pound bag for $15.95. Plenty of stores are stocked with the holiday goodies for coffee buffs, and of course, you can always shop online. Yes, it is that time of year. That's going to do it for this edition of DETV News. Be sure to watch us on all social media platforms and hit that like and share button. You can also catch our updates on Comcast Channel 28 at 7:30 p.m. every Tuesday through Thursday. I'm Lauren Wilson. Thanks for watching, and be sure to join us next time.